Hey guys, welcome to another daily Travis Daily video. Today I'm talking to you from my car because I want to make another video about Pokemon Go, more specifically my actual gameplay of Pokemon Go. So I walked out of work today and I work in this plaza with like 4 stores on one side and like 3 stores on the other side and my store smack in the middle, and there are lots of plazas in this area. There's one to the left of us and there's one to the right of us. There are ones across the street. So for the sake of the story, let's call the one to the left of me Plaza A. I would be in Plaza B, and Plaza C would be to the right. So, I walked out of work today and checked Pokemon Go, as you do after you get off work, while all of your other coworkers just drive away to their homes to go on with their lives. I pulled open Pokemon Go, and I checked the radar and saw that there was a Snorlax nearby. A Snorlax. I don't have a Snorlax. Now, I have a lot of really rare, hard-to-find Pokemon. I have a really high Lapras. I have all of the evolutions. I have a Poliwrath, Victory Bell, a Ninetales, a lot of really powerful Pokemon. I do not have a Snorlax. So, I freaked out because I was really excited because I wanted to find a Snorlax. And I didn't live there. I don't live there. Right here. No. I work in a plaza, so there's lots of parking lot everywhere. So he could have been in any part of that parking lot. So, I don't advocate playing Pokemon Go while driving. However, because I was in a parking lot and it was a Sunday evening, all of the stores were closed, I was the only car in the parking lot, and I was going like 5 miles an hour, I decided to just cruise with the game on my leg. So I'm just cruising along, and I see Snorlax on the radar, and every few seconds, I glance down, make sure he's still there, and I drive in one direction, because there's a very specific way you need to track Pokemon with the new sightings sort of navigation finder thing. So he was on my radar and I was driving in one direction. I was driving into Plaza Group A or 1 or whatever I call it. I was driving to the other plaza, the one that was to the left of me. So I'm driving along, I'm periodically checking Pokemon, driving, and he disappears. So immediately I turn around, because that's how you get a point A of where they disappear, you come back, and where they appear, that is your starting point. You keep going in the complete opposite direction of where you were driving, and as soon as they disappear, that's point B. So, you come back between point A and point B, and then you have, a pretty good idea of where they are. So, I went the opposite direction, and he disappeared again. So, that would be my point B. So I came back between point A and point B. And as logic dictates, he would either be one of 2 directions, completely to the left or completely to the right of where I am in the center between A and B. So I start driving across the parking lot to the road, because there's a parking lot and center, there's a whole bunch of stores, another pavilion sort of area, plaza across the street. So I put my phone away, I navigate into traffic, I cross over the street into the other plaza, I open up Pokemon Go, and he's gone. So, as logic would dictate, he was the complete opposite direction. So I'm starting to get a little anxious now, because Snorlax, I don't know his spawn rate. Most Pokemon spawn rates are less than 12 minutes, and I've already wasted about 10 minutes, and I have no idea how long he had been there. I don't know if it was going to be longer than 12 minutes. I knew that I did not have much time to find the Snorlax. So I put the phone away, I quickly cross the street, back into my plaza, pull out the phone, and he's there. So I try to go the other direction, back behind the buildings in my plaza. So I'm slowly going like 7 miles an hour or something, and I'm driving along, and I'm trying to find this Snorlax, and he's on the radar, and then there is grass, a ditch, a ravine, a hill, and fencing, and then it's a residential area on the other side of the fencing. So I'm driving along behind these businesses as close to the edge as I can, and he's still not showing up. So I cross back in front of the businesses, I put Pokemon Go away, and I pull up my navigation on my phone. I find the street that is directly across from the fencing and the ravine, and I navigate to that address. So, I get on the main road, I'm driving along, it says that it's about a 6-minute drive to drive down this road, take a right, drive down that road, take a right, drive down that road, and then I'm in this residential area where I believe Snorlax is. So, I get to the road directly across the street from my center point where I thought that Snorlax was going to be, and he disappeared. He stopped being on the radar. And so now I'm thinking that maybe his refresh rate just expired and he just disappeared, he despawned, he wasn't there anymore, and I put all this work in it for nothing until I turn around and I start driving back the way that I came, and he pops up on the radar again, and then he pops off. So he was on the other side of the fence. So I drive back onto the road, back onto the main road, turn left, turn left, turn left, and I get back on the main road, get back in front of my plaza, and I'm going in front of these businesses, and boom, he appears in front of the store that was next to mine, in my plaza. I had driven all around this area for at least 25 minutes trying to find this guy, and he appears in the store next to me, just right in front of that store. I could have made that so much easier on myself had I just known, but I didn't know. I navigated, pretty proud of myself for navigating, and there he, oh, where, he's not even going to show up now. There he is. I'm pretty happy with that. He's a 1462, so it's a solid first Snorlax. I get to add him to my Pokedex. So it was a little fun thing that I did today. Had I not found him, I would be pretty upset for putting all that work into it. But I'm glad that Niantic has added a somewhat decent tracker to the game now. It helps a lot that the refresh rate for Pokemon spawns and despawns is much higher than it has been. And if they're not there, they will immediately disappear off of the tracker. So that's been my little story. In the comments down below, if you are even watching to the end of this 8-minute video, let me know the most work that you've put into catching a Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Do you just wander around blindly and just catch whatever shows up? Or do you actually go searching for some of these things if it's something that you don't have? Or if it's a rare Pokemon, do you go looking for it? Or if it's like a Bulbasaur and you need to get your Venusaur, you have to go track down that Bulbasaur. So let me know in the comments down below how much work you've put into catching the Pokemon that you put in the most work to catch, which is a weird way of saying that. Anyway, I hope you're having a good day. Okay, bye.